Here's what I'm gonna call it today. I'm gonna call it the Sports Card Strategy Show, powered by NoOffSeason.com, still presented by MarketMoversApp.com, where we want you to use the promo code NoOffSeason, all lowercase, to save 20% on Market Movers app by Sports Card Investor. Right before the show today, and I saw something that piqued my interest, and I wanted to get your take on it. So why don't we go into this right now?
Okay, let's do it. I don't even know what we're talking about. So give it to me.
Have you heard of a basketball league, a pro basketball league called the Overtime Elite League by any chance?
No.
Okay, well, we won't waste too much time talking about the league. In short, what it is it's a professional league for top prospects between the ages of 16 and 18 years old. So this is basically meant to get high school prospects to either leave high school early or graduate high school early or just whenever they graduate high school. I guess that part doesn't matter.
But I was going to say, do they have to graduate?
I don't think so. I mean, they could always go get their GED later or whatever, right? So this is for 16 to 18-year-old basketball prospects, regardless of their high school status, to leave and go play in a pro league while they can then become eligible for the NBA draft and theoretically get drafted out of the Overtime Elite League. So there's some news. Basically, what piqued my interest here is that Topps has the rights to produce cards for the Overtime Elite League. Right now on Topps.com, you can go buy the rookie cards of 4 different 16, 17, and 18-year-old high school basketball prospects that are about to go play in the Overtime Elite League. Actually, one of them is from France, but played in Spain recently for Real Madrid baloncesto team, and he is coming to the Overtime Elite League. But my thing on this is now before I get your opinion, I'll set this up just a little bit more. So there currently are some examples of this. We've talked in other shows about the college uniform rookie cards, right? These are sometimes called XRCs. Now, there are brands, there are card manufacturers that maybe they don't have the rights to use the team uniforms or to use the player association rights in any way. But what they do have is they have a deal with the player. So you had Topps make a Trevor Lawrence set. You've had Leaf do all sorts of stuff. You've had Leaf, who owns the Pro Set brand. They've put Giannis on a card that looks like the old 1989 football card, but it's Giannis in a photoshopped out uniform, and it's a Giannis auto, right? There's all sorts of stuff that happen like this, and there's Trevor Lawrence, in Clemson, made by Leaf way before the NFL draft even took place. So this is not new to the concept is not new, and now you have the college likeness of college players can be essentially compensated. The players can be compensated for their likeness now. So you're going to see this more from these top card brands. But this really piqued my interest for 2 main reasons. Number one, Topps is going out and trying to get other licenses in lieu of the fact that they're basically about to lose their Major League Baseball license in 2023 to the Fanatics company that's going to start. So that's one thing. So it looks like Topps is going to continue to try to go out and get these kinds of licenses. Number 2, is this a buy? Like, this is what I really want to get your take on. Is this a buy? Like, do you actually go out and get Bryson Warren, Alexandre Sarr, Matt Bewley, Jazare Jackson? Do you actually go out and buy these cards? They're $10 each, and they're $30 for the 4-card bundle. What's your take on this, the great Murphinus?
Save your money. Don't buy these cards. Simple as that. Don't buy these cards. I think it's interesting, but I also know the chances of a 15, 16-year-old being anything is less than a college player that gets drafted in the lottery being anything. While it is sponsored by Topps, that's great. However, I don't really believe that this is something you would ever invest your money in. You might hit on a LeBron, but you know, a Kobe or something like that. But who the heck knows? Those guys, I mean, they're once in generational players. Save your money. I know it's $10. I know it's $40. Save your money. Go to the auction at CharityBuzz.com and go and buy something that is actually going to be investable. Sorry. I have my own opinions, which are starting to slowly change on the basketball front in terms of, starting professional leagues or starting these developmental leagues at 15, 16, 17. I had thoughts earlier about that. They're slowly starting to change, but that doesn't mean you have to go and waste your money on cards where you've got literally a 0.001 chance of this thing being anything. Do you want to, if you want to flip it because the kid gets on ESPN and has a couple of highlights, sure, flip that sucker. But as far as a long-term investment, that's what I'm looking at, and I wouldn't do it.
Well, I respect the take. I respect the take, but I'm going to play devil's advocate with you because I want to continue to try to enlighten you and the audience. Enlighten me to the actual play, because I still think, even with texting you a little bit about this, I still think I need to enlighten you a little bit about the actual play. So the actual
it depends. I mean, I understand your take around the flippable opportunity, get somebody on the top 10 list, and all of a sudden it goes from $10 up to $35. I get that play, that flippable play. But see, here's where we're a good match on this show. You have the ability and some of the time to be able to make some of these flips. You do. And if you are watching this and you have the ability to do the exact same thing, go out and buy that card without question. Because if you got the time to flip it, grade it, figure it out, no question about it. But I am the one that's talking to you as the 43-year-old who may not.
Right.
Who may not have that time to do it. So if you're a guy like me, don't do it. Because you may sit on it for 3 months and miss your opportunity. If you're a guy like Paul, who has a little bit more time to do that because he's really invested in the hobby, do it. Buy the card, wait till he's on ESPN, and sell that sucker for $80, $90, $200, $300 without question. That's why we're a good match.
Yeah,
we have different abilities to engage in the hobby, and I think in our viewing audience, in one way, shape, or form, we're talking to everyone. It's just, who are you going to listen to, depending on your time?
Yeah, I agree. So here would be the play. I just want to clarify what the play would be. So I wish that I had some Jalen Green cards in the G League Ignite uniform.
Yeah.
In June, July, and August of 2021, because he was the second overall pick. The dude's got like 5 million Instagram followers. He's picking it up in the NBA preseason. And I'm not making the bet that Jalen Green is going to be the next anything other than the fact that I can look at his eBay sold comps on those cards, and they're in the hundreds of dollars. So I just want to clarify. The play would not be thinking that any of these young men would be anything in terms of a long-term investment, and they're not flippable based on ESPN highlights. What they are very flippable on, however, is NBA draft night, the night that they get drafted through their first NBA preseason. That hype machine window. The window.
We invented the hype machine.
Yes. We agree on the hype machine. So, Murph, I don't know whether or not I'm going to spend my money on this because I actually, when I think about it, I think $10 a card is very high. It's not necessarily a cheap play. If I saw these cards by Topps at my local card shop for like in the dollar bin, do you think I would buy them? Yes, I would.
Why
I would
not?
buy them in the